Let me see it. Yeah. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.
Welcome to Accidentally Informed.
Where you never know where in the world we gonna be.
That part. Because we be on these streets lately, haven't we?
Yes, yes. But it's so much fun.
It is. I love it. I am Claudia Jordan. This is, of course, the beautiful Erica Cobb. Now, Informers, today we're switching things up a bit. The episode isn't live. We had a pre-record a bit earlier, but trust, it's still an action-packed show. Okay. Now, our amazing moderator is live in the feed throughout. So drop your comments throughout the show and join the conversation. Shout out to Anthony Buchanan, who is really taking this job like head on, and he's really giving it his all. He's sending us suggestions. He's such a good asset to the Accidentally Informer team. So thank you so much, Anthony.
Yeah.
All right.
Him.
A quick PSA before we kick things off. Next week, our live show in Denver, we've got a very special guest joining us. Now, he's an award-winning host. He is fantastic. He's a comedian, and also our friend Dustin Ross is stepping on stage with us. We cannot wait to have him in Denver. We're going to have a great time. He's a good time, and he fun.
Dustin is so fun. Everybody's like, it's the voice, it's the face, it's his aura. So we're going to be in the presence of Dustin Ross.
He's got that je ne sais, how do you say it again?
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, that part. I actually failed my second year of French because I was confused. I was confusing my French with my Spanish and with my Italian. So I was very, very confused. Anyways, go ahead and get your tickets, because the tickets are definitely flying off the racks, I sort of say. So head on over to comebacktv.com, click that banner and grab yours before they are gone. It's not a huge facility venue, but it will be a nice look. And while you're at it, our Accidentally Informed Patreon is officially live. You'll get exclusive videos, merch, behind the scenes guest moments you'll never see on YouTube. Plus, sometimes we give a little bit more of our personal business back there. That's where Erica tells you how wild and free she really is. And that's where you want to like sign on to get that, because she's really, this is just a front. This is classy, buttoned up Erica. But in the Patreon, it might as well be OnlyFans. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Erica,
not sending the feet people over.
Oh, she might start that up. She's got good feet. All right. So Erica, we've got a lot going on. Not to mention, we did get to hang out a little bit in New York, and we had fun early this week. Let's talk about that New York energy for a second, shall we?
Yes, definitely. First of all, I love traveling with you. We have the best time, but the problem is Claudia always wants to go out the first night. Okay. Yes. I don't know what it is. And I'm always like, I think we should go to bed early because we have a long day tomorrow. Yeah. Every time. And I wake up that next day like, I'm gonna regret this. But you know what? We got it together. And it was a lot of fun.
We had fun. We went out to eat, and then a friend of mine came and met us, and we had hookah, and my friend tried to buy us 10 drinks maybe at one point.
Yes. It did get to the point where they kept ordering shots, and I am not a shot person.
I like that you said they.
Well, you said my friend. So I'm just keeping it cute.
We're keeping it vague, are we?
Yeah, so they kept ordering shots.
Were they cute?
They were cute.
Were
Yes.
they
shots
tall?
or they?
They
were cute. Yes, they were very cute. Yeah, so I was like, well, I'm not really a shots person. And then I don't know why people think when you say you're not a shots person that's like, oh, you're being lame, you're this, that. I do not ever have a problem getting tipsy. Okay. I do not need expedited tipsy. I can get tipsy on my own as is. So I told the waitress, the next time a round of shots are ordered, just put Sauvignon Blanc in my shot glass, because that's what I was drinking. So every time the shots would come, I would have a shot of Savi B, which was in line with the night that I was hoping to continue to have, and not the night that I would have had if I was drinking shots of whatever that was.
Well, whatever was in that wine made you quite feisty, because you and they were having quite a debate over Shannon Sharp, and it was hilarious. My friend was standing on their business. And Erica, never seen her, like, she was barking, finger was pointing and everything. She's like, Well, I think that he blew the moment. It was quite a debate, and I
Yeah.
was saying nothing. I was looking at Erica, and Erica, and they, and it was a lot. And I
Yeah.
was just smoking my hookah. I think I had 40 hits, which made me nice and yeah.
hmm Well, here's the secret for me. Men activate me more than women. So
They,
I, I don't know. With women, I tend to be more like I'm very like I'm an empath, so I read people's energy. With women, I don't get into that. Bah, 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 bah. But with men, I will go all in. Like it's just I don't know what it is. I think it's my relationship with my father. I have no idea because I just want any guy to know like you can't really try me because you don't know who my daddy is, and we will go toe to toe in debating and
I,
nobody is ready for that.
I've never seen you like that, but I will say I thought at one point it could have gone left, but they kept it very respectful, even though could have been frustrated, right? That's why I didn't
Yes.
jump in. I was like, well, she's got this under control.
Yeah, for
I didn't
sure.
have to. I was like, well, I think you guys are saying two different things, but blah 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 blah. And yeah, but anyways,
Totally respectful. It was a
yeah,
good night. It was a
that
good
was some good
night.
hookah. We were at Saint, place called Saint that
hmm
Dustin recommended. They have a great blueberry coconut mint hookah, very smooth, and I will definitely be going there again.
But that's not why we were in New York. We went to Sirius XM. We were on Reality Checked with Kiki Monique and Dorinda Medley. If y'all didn't see or hear that, Dorinda basically called me old. I was like,
She
I
sure
have
did. She
never,
sure did.
I'm like, in the history of ever, has no one ever told me that I look old? I was like,
She said, honey, because they were asking us about what reality shows we would be on or something. You said The Valley, and she said, well, don't you think you've aged out of it? I was like, oh, shit.
I was
Okay,
like,
Dorinda, trying to call
aged
Erica
out.
Cow. Age
Like,
out. Erica looks like she's in college.
I was like, Jax is like 45 years old, and that might be a stretch. Okay. So, no, I haven't aged out, Dorinda. Like, girl, she's like, let me put my glasses on. I was like, put two pairs on.
Wow. Well, we had a good time. And there was something else that we did that we cannot say, but all
Yes.
I can say is watch TV tomorrow night, cable, a show that we went to before, and I've been on a couple of times, and there were drinks involved in a bar and a
hmm
clubhouse.
Yeah. Yeah. So, some about 8 p.m. tomorrow, that would be 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Eastern. Just
Yeah.
watch TV.
I forgot the name of the channel. It begins with a B, the network. I don't remember.
Okay.
Okay. All black? Was it in the black? Okay. All right. Let's get into some quick stories before we introduce our amazing guest who I adore. We both adore. A black woman is going viral after spending 8 months on a fake LinkedIn profile as a white woman just to see if she got more opportunities. The results were astonishingly in favor of the white profile. Surprise, surprise. Erica, what does this experiment say about how the professional world really and still in this big year of 2025 still sees us?
Well, I mean, it's just saying the very quiet parts out loud, but actually, no one's saying things quietly anymore. This young lady's name is Aaliyah Jones, and I understand this. Now, obviously, my name is Erica, and that doesn't necessarily say one way or the other who I am or what my identity is. But I named my little sister, and her name is Ebony. I named her Ebony because my best friend at my YMCA camp when I was 7 years old was named Ebony, and she was like the best girl ever. And I just wanted my sister to have like that name. So Ebony's constantly telling me,
Oh,
like, thanks a lot. And I'm like, first of all, Ebony is a beautiful name.
she needs to change it
Um,
to like Ivory.
yeah, I love the name Ebony.
But
And
nowadays,
yeah, I'm like Ebony Joy is just just gives me so much joy. But yeah, she has struggled because her name obviously lets people know before they ever meet her or look on her resume. And she's an extremely talented, qualified woman who, works in tech. So that's always been an issue. And I mean, I don't know. I think what this woman, Aaliyah, did is brilliant. She's actually doing a documentary. She did this over the course of 8 months. So I'm really looking forward to what her experience was behind the scenes because she's keeping a lot of it very close to the vest.
I'm sure you have stories of this stuff happen to you. I have one where I was modeling in LA and I had already been a model on The Price is Right, the longest running daytime talk show at the time. Like it was part of TV history, like, you know. So I felt like I was kind of valuable going and doing this like catalog shoot for this weave company. So it was me and two white girls that were the models. I was the most established, the most known. The other two were unknowns. They're both white. There was like 60 shots for the day, which is a long day. So I'm thinking, all right, 20, 20, 20. No, I had the majority of the work. I had like 40 shots, like maybe 38 shots. And they had they split the rest, right? Like, you know, 20 shots, right? In other words, they had a very easy day. They're outside doing smoke breaks. I'm like taking one wig off, putting the next wig on. They're working my butt off. And the client was Korean. And they were like, oh, you have very beautiful smile. I was like, thank you. So I was like doing my job. I wasn't getting paid a lot of money. I think it was like $500 for the day, which wasn't great, but I was like, I'm not doing anything else. You know, I was like 23 years old, 24. So anyways, 20 something. At one point, the models, we started talking about pay, and I found out both of the white girls were getting triple what I got. So I immediately said, I'm done and I'm leaving. And they were like, why? I said, well, you paying these two white girls triple the rate, and I'm doing double the work, and I'm the only black girl here, and I'm fucking out of here. I'm leaving. All of a sudden, nobody can speak English. Oh, we don't understand what? I was like, well, understand, I'm going to the elevator. So I started walking off. I got chased down. All of a sudden, they found the money to pay me fairly. But really, they shouldn't have paid me the same as those girls. They should have paid me more.
Yeah.
I did double the work and I had triple the name recognition. And I was so pissed. So after that, let me tell you something. They tried me a couple times. Like I did a convention for a beer company and I found out that I said, you got to pay me not what you're paying the white girls. You're going to pay me more because you guys try to get away with it. They have a thing where it's like an urban budget and a mainstream budget. Like I was on a shoot one time for a cigarette company and they had a Spanish looking family, well, cast of models, white and black. And like the white models would be mainstream in more locations. The black ads will be in black neighborhoods and the Latino neighborhoods. I get that. But we're all on the same trip. We're all doing the same work. I expect to get the same dollars. And I've had to fight for it. And you have to fight only, not just for you, but for those who come after you. Because they only do it because they continue to get away with it. And I'm like, not up in here. I always try to get the girls together and be like, let's talk. Let's make sure we're not getting played here with the money. And you have to. And sometimes it shoots me in the foot. But I feel like for the greater good of society and like black folks in media and advertising, they will try it. They will try it. And it's stunning the difference in budgets and money that they will allot for a black person. They want you to be happy to be there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'll take food and board, room and board. No, you about to pay me. Because that's how you sat there and told me how my smile was so beautiful and you made me do the majority of the work for a reason because I'm selling your stuff. No, miss me with the bullshit. Sorry about that. I know that was long.
No, and I appreciate that. I have been known to share my contract with other Black women because I want it to be known. First of all, what people fail to realize, and I understand that, will come for me and, oh, it's, you're in a privileged position. Okay, well, first of all, I think we all can find different things in our life that we might be in a privileged position for. But ultimately, what we need to do is leverage our privileges as a collective. That is the only way that we are going to move forward. What happens is when you take less, you're undercutting, and then you're now setting the standard for what's going to be expected in the future. Yeah. If I take the absolute least because maybe I just really want to do this job, well, guess what? Now I've gotten a bottom budget. The woman that comes behind me is going to get that bottom budget or less. Yeah. They're never going to add more to the table. They're always going to take more away. So it is important that if you are a pioneer in this space, if you are someone who is showing up and you are the representation, that you are fighting for the equality and all of the things that and equity that we deserve.
That's right. It's your responsibility. And I proudly do it. All right, we got to get to this one real quick before our guest because I cannot wait to talk to her. But this is the story I just want to throw out there really quick. You cannot make this story up. A female firefighter allegedly dumped 75 possibly used tampons. I'm gonna throw up just from saying that on her ex's lawn, all because he started dating someone new. Do you think this is the ultimate revenge? Totally over the top or somewhere in between? And what's the pettiest thing you have ever done to an ex? And I want to throw up because how long did it take to get 70, 75 used tampons? Ugh.
I have a few questions. First of all, were they all personally hers, or did she accumulate these somewhere else? Also, what is happening in your head that is what you think about to exact revenge on someone? Like, that is a biohazard, and that is disgusting. Now, I understand that people be doing things that get you out of pocket and out of character, but I feel like as a firefighter, there might have been, and I'm not saying arson, clearly, but there might have been other ways, things that you could have thought of that would have been more effective
What would
than
you have done,
something
Erica?
that gross.
Let's
Like,
hear some of yours. Let's hear some of yours. What have you done?
have you know what? I've never.
You never got revenge. You never slashed a tire. You never spray painted a windshield. You never broke windshield wipers off. You never dug a hole under someone's fence and crawled under and then did some things. You never did that. You never. Oh, that's just me.
No. What did you do?
No, that wasn't me. This is my friend. My friend. One of my friends, we were out and her boyfriend threw a piece of pizza at her, hot piece of pizza.
What?
And I was like, oh, hell no, we about to get him. So we went to, we found his apartment complex. This was like in the 80s, okay? So the statute of limitations, I think, is up. And we dug a hole under his fence. We had camouflage. And we spray painted his window black. He was so mad. He came to her house. He's like, babe, someone vandalized my car. And we were like, damn, that's messed up.
Wait a minute. Wait, so this was high school?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I do have a high school story.
Oh, I knew it.
Yes, I was dating this guy and he was like, I mean, tall, like athletic, came from a very famous athlete family. I'll just say that, right?
What was his
And
last name?
He looked the part. I'm
What was
not
his
even
last
going
name,
to unearth him.
Erica, you
I'll
know
tell you,
some of
I'll
my
tell you
business.
offline.
You know my business, okay?
I will tell you offline. But he was hot.
Jordan?
Huh?
Jordan?
No. Although
Pippen?
that would have tracked. Actually, I'm a little older than the Jordan boys. But yeah, because I am from Chicago. Yeah. So this guy, he asked me out. His father, who was the athlete, loved me, but also I was like a good placeholder. Like I was the quote good girl.
Wait, was this a black guy?
Yes.
So a black guy has hit on you.
I am never going to live this down. It's not that a black guy hadn't hit on me. A black man has not asked me out on a date as an adult. That's that. Okay, let's just put that to rest. So yes, he was my boyfriend and he was black and we were in high school. Yes, this is true. Gosh. So anyway, he breaks up with me a week before my birthday, and you know my birthday is Valentine's Day. He calls me the day after he breaks up with me. So this is what, February 8th, and tells me, I'm thinking he's going to apologize and want to get back together with me. No, he wants to take my teammate. I was on the dance team. He wants to take her out for Valentine's Day. So he's wondering if I can babysit his nephews.
Oh, yeah.
So he doesn't have to. So after my shock, I agree to babysit his nephews. And then the day before my birthday, I was like, I am so sorry. I have to go out for my birthday. So it looks like you're going to have to stay home with your nephews. So that was my,
Oh,
that was my revenge.
Erica, you're so vicious. We need some more violence in your past just so I can feel more evenly yoked with you. That's a cute story though. You like, I'll take that. You're now stuck without a babysitter.
Yeah.
So
I felt good about it.
You're so cute, Erica. You're so pure. Like,
I am really not. I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with being pure, Erica. Embrace it.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
not
sure
selling.
people can say other things about me.
We'll let them talk. All right, listen, you're listening to Accidentally Informed. I'm Claudia Jordan, my beautiful co-host Erica Kopp. Our next guest spent her summer in the courtroom for the Diddy trial, and she's here to spill the details on his recent sentencing. She was giving us these live updates, looking fabulous and so good at it. And I love that she got a lot of attention and other outlets reach out to her. I believe she is a star. Please welcome back to the show, Tisa Tells. What's up, Tisa?
Hi, guys. How are you? Thank you for having me back. How's everything? You guys look absolutely gorgeous. Erica, I love the braids. Claudia, beautiful as always.
Thank you. Likewise, likewise.
You look gorgeous. We're so sorry that we missed you in New York.
I know. You guys were like in it to win it, in, out, business meetings, something special. I won't reveal. And then you guys were like, bye, back to real life.
We were trying to see her like when we found out we were all at the same time because we've actually never met in real life. I've pitched a show with Tisa attached to it. We've had her on here a couple times. She's done other shows. We've talked, but we've never seen each other in person.
You know, it's a great thing about the internet age, but I wish I saw you guys this weekend, but it's wedding season. So it's wedding season.
Wait, are you getting married?
No, but all my friends, you know how it is wedding seasons. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody's getting married. And you have to say yes to everybody's wedding. Because if you say no to somebody else, it's just like, really? All that they've been through? Yeah, exactly.
Tisa, we gotta catch up with you, but I don't know where you live. Like, honestly, I'm like, does she live in Morocco, Paris? I don't know where she is based. I have no idea.
Listen, I'm a student of the world. I love traveling around. I'm trying to figure out how to get past the Great Wall, the Great Electronic Wall, because I want to spend some time in China. I'm all about China. I'm all about China these days. So yeah.
China. Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of, you're talking about in order to like still be able to do your show and all of that.
Yeah. So there's a great firewall in China where like it's almost impossible to upload to YouTube. If it does, it takes forever. You can fly out to Vietnam really quick, there's a train that's 5 hours high speed that goes underwater that'll take you to Vietnam, or it's like about an hour and a half, 2-hour flight, depending on what part of China you are. Like China's bigger than the US. But yeah, as far as uploading, it's a problem because mama, I keep my bread and butter close. However, I really want to just literally go to China and just disappear. I love China.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, China is gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's in the year 2080. Like it is, you never realize how much we are in the ghetto and we have no innovation until you go to China and just see even like the little things are just like beautiful, clean, safe. You can walk around naked at 3 a.m. and nothing's happening to you. You can leave your phone for weeks. It's still going to be there when you come back.
Because they know if they get in trouble, it's gonna be their ass. Okay, they just built a bridge through these mountains, right? It was gorgeous. It saved like 2.5-hour drive. Now it's like 2.5. You saw that? It was like the tallest bridges and amazing innovation, like really beautiful stuff. Okay, well, I'm gonna be in New York next week. I'm doing Tamron Hall show, so I don't know if you'll be in New York. I'll be in LA this weekend.
I have 2.
Where can I find you? I gotta pin you down.
Let's talk after. We're definitely going to link up because I'll actually fly in next time. You're going to be someplace close, and then we can link up. Doesn't matter what coast. We're going to link up.
I need to know your life story in person, okay? Because this woman right here has the life.
So elusive. Like, I love it. I wish I could have that type of it's like a discipline to just really be just like, I'm always like, is she in the country? Is she like?
I'm not elusive. I just live a very boring life, so it seems elusive. But
ma'am, your life is not boring. Her life is not. Okay. Well, let's get into this because you were right there. You were right there from the very beginning of the Diddy trial and all the way up to the sentencing. From your seat in the courtroom, how did Diddy handle the sentencing?
Not good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen. Everything that happened in that sentencing was odd. Everything. Nicole Westmoreland, ugly crying like it was like a Tyler Perry skit saying Diddy changed her life. And I kept waiting to be like, well, how do you know this man? And she's talking about as a lawyer, he said, don't just dream big, take action. Okay, girl. But that's what you one, as a lawyer, if I'm on there, as much as I talk trash about Diddy's team, if I ever do anything bad, I will save my pennies and beg them, please, I'll delete the videos, just work with me. I want a lawyer that gets out there, that makes a fool of herself. I want her doing praise hands, crying, pleading, throwing herself on the proverbial coffin as I get buried. Diddy seemed very, very hopeful. His side seemed very, very hopeful. And I'm going to tell you, when Judge Aaron delivered his eulogy to Diddy's freedom, it was this way. First, he was like, Diddy, you did this, you're a credit to your community, which I'm not going to lie, it really pissed me off. Because the one thing that I thought was buffoonery is this notion that we are so deprived of role models and inspiration as Black people that we need a woman abuser, druggy, admittedly violent man, according to what his lawyer said, to inspire our youth. I have my 6th grade gym teacher. Get out of here. We have inspiration in our community. And I'm like, this is what you really think is the best of us? You think we really need Diddy on the street because besides that, kids can't dream big, So Diddy, he was in it to win it. He thinks positive. You gotta visualize.
Didn't they want at one point, I'm sorry to cut you off, didn't they at one point allude to him being a civil rights leader?
They said he was a civil rights, he's inspired, he's a civil rights leader. And that's when it's just like, yo, I wish the prosecution had some Black people on there to be like, stop, he created Bad Boy. Yeah, but if you knew about the culture, half his people don't even mess with him anymore because they say he stole the money. There is like a cultural relevance, a cultural knowledge that I wish the prosecution would have had to shut a lot of this mess down. But regardless, Judge Aaron, a lot of people, and by a lot of people, I mean me, I was very disappointed at how low the sentence was. However, I can take my emotions out of it and say, listen, you gave 50 months, because if you had given 60, if you do below the pre-sentencing report, it's almost impossible to overturn an appeal, right? And at the end of the day, when they were reading all these cases, it actually is sad that people that beat up their girlfriends, pimp people out, did all these things, literally only got 18, 20 months. It's not the fact that he sentenced low. It's just the fact that we still haven't, as a society, recognized what sex trafficking is. Now, that's it. To take it back to your question, when Diddy got sentenced, Claudia, this man was falling out, acting a fool. The courtroom was shocked that he got 40 months, which I don't understand why. Judge Aaron from has said he thinks domestic violence is violence. He has let us know in so many ways that he is appalled at the way these women were treated. Diddy, his own self, has admitted to stuff. So he seemed like he was appalled. In there, he was putting on his best Tyler Perry, grabbing his head, shaking, literally crying to his mom, Mama, I failed you. And I said, okay, facts. I'm sorry, kids. Okay, facts, right? You should be embarrassed. And then it is what it is. It's history. I think that at this point, if I was Diddy, I think if I was Diddy, I would be a little bit worried because you never beat the house. So if he truly does rehabilitate and makes a change because everybody is worth saving, then you have nothing to worry about. But if you are still on that Tucci, still on that thing, doing this stuff, you are going to have a very, very rough road ahead of you because including the 40 months, you now have 5 years in prison. So now it's time to put his money where his mouth is. And if he is really rehabilitated, then he's rehabilitated. But I think the government is going to keep a close eye on him for a while.
Is it 40 months or is it 50 months?
Sorry, 50 months. I talked to a few lawyers and they said that the way you do it when it comes to Fed time is assuming you get 2 months, you do good behavior. Every year you can count 10 months. So he got the 50 months, which is... +2. Yeah. So yeah, you -2 for good behavior off of every. So you count every year as 10 months. So that's where I got the whole 40-month thing. That's assuming he gets good behavior. Some people said that it might be reduced because of, a drug rehab program. But the only thing is I looked into that. I don't think he's eligible for the RADP program because you can't have a violent history. Diddy was convicted of a very violent crime. So it's a little, whether he'll actually get there. He did say he's going to appeal, but most appeals take about 2.5 years to get in front of the court. It looks like he is going to be cooked and just parking in jail for a little while. And hopefully he'll be rehabilitated,
The arrogance of having an event planned, allegedly he had some appearances, some speaking. I don't know. Is that true?
It is 100% true. And the thing is, I was in court taking notes, and, the prosecution was like, the hubris of this man sat down. It's not a speaking engagement. I said, it's not. It's actually, he's going to speak to other people in the jail cell. And I said, what? So, no, other people around in the incarcerated. I said, so speaking engagement. Then Xavier Donaldson got up. No, it's not a speaking engagement. It's a listening engagement. What? Where he, and then said he's going to go across the country and listen. I said, so a speaking engagement. And that's when I said, oh, that's the way Diddy plans to make his money. I don't think he can really do music, because even with the Love album, that is flopped, right? And this is with him dating Young Miami, trying to get current, right? The ish flopped. Nobody's really checking for him as an artist. However, I was like, making a book tour, doing motivational speaking, going out, and you can go around the country and do image rehab. I think that it was hubris. I think it was a bad look. And some people said he did it because he just wanted to visualize and put himself in. And there is visualization, but there's also insulting the court. How are you made? That's like literally your boyfriend's breaking up with you and you got your new man on the corner waiting for you so y'all can go to TGI Fridays, get some Jack Daniel wings. So it's like, what is going on?
Not Fridays.
Yeah.
I like those wings, though. Those
wings
out there popping.
They're popping.
Well, I'm curious because obviously there's this is kind of two things. One, that's assuming that there isn't a pardon or something that this administration is going to step in and do in order to, get our attention on this and not on the Epstein files. But the other thing is, in terms of the pleas that were made to the court on his behalf from supporters, how compelling or not did you find that?
Okay, so Nicole Westmoreland and her Tyler Perry throwing herself on a, and when I say ugly, crying, snot coming out, she clocked in and did her job. And I'm not trying to disrespect her. She did her job as a lawyer. Yes, do what you can. The kids, of course, that was compelling. They're a bunch of cute kids. The daughters are super young. The boys aren't kids anymore, but to hear anybody being like, Pop, we love you. I thought one interesting thing that didn't escape my mind was, for the last 15 years, we have seen Diddy being the perfect dad. The kids stood up there and said, yo, my dad is now present for the first time. He's this, he's that. And I'm like, so if y'all was lying about the perfect family before, how do we know that you're not lying about him being changed? But still, it was heartbreaking pleas. And then they played that weird, I don't even know, like Oura Ring commercial. It was weird to me. The whole propaganda, it just reminded me, I was like, this is Kim Jong-un. It was propaganda about Diddy running marathons, inspiring kids. And it was 20 years ago. Now, here's the thing. Everybody in the courtroom was just confused at what Nicole Westmoreland was doing. The kids broke everybody's heart. The propaganda video, they lost the crowd, okay? I thought it was so distasteful that they brought a reverend in. And I said, see, that's why nobody goes to church. That's why nobody goes to church. Because you got a reverend, right? Who, by the way, I think they said if I'm not mistaken, he has a history of SA. Now, again, he served his time. That's why he got in. Well, no, sorry. I don't know if this is the reverend. Let me take that off the thing. The whole point, there was a couple of people. But the whole point is when the reverend got there and he said, you know what? People were calling me saying, yo, can you come talk to Diddy? I'll pay you. We'll pay you to come. We'll pay you this. And he said, and around the fifth call, I said, you know what? It takes a community. And I said, you guys do it all the time. You got to listen to what people say and cut to the bullshit. I was like, you just told me that people offered you money and that's why you're taking an interest in this. All right. He said he flew up and I'll take personal responsibility. And I said, that's why the people don't trust the church now, because you are supposed to be a spiritual leader. And the only reason you're taking an interest in Diddy is because he is rich. He is affluent. You don't know this man. You don't know what he's capable of. You're taking personal accountability. I said, you just want that 10% tithes or whatever it is. So that kind of lost the crowd too, because everyone was like, what is going on? But all the other pleas and his lawyers giving testimony, it just went on really long and it fell really, really flat. But again, nothing in this case has been typical. Everything has been odd. I am just at the end of the day thankful that it sends a message that Diddy, a billionaire with all his money and all his power and all his fame and influence, and even if you believe the victims that Diddy got like a lot of weight on the streets and people are worried, that even with all that, you still are going to get 50 months in prison. And I'm very, very happy to hear that it sends a message to anybody else that you're not safe.
I was nervous that if he got out early, like time served, I was like so fearful for anyone that's spoken out against it.
Yes.
I feel like Diddy is similar to Trump as far as like getting retaliating against people. You know what I mean? Like he's had that same kind of narcissistic kind of personality.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna go after anyone who spoke on me. And I was really nervous for Cassie and some of the others, you know.
Cassie took her family and fled New York. They were staying in the New York area and she took her family and had to move to a secret location. A lot of victims were very, very fearful. And, you know, I will say this, and I want to ask you guys how you felt about it. The Diddy trial sickened me because, you know, I don't play about abuse. Women, children, and men. Men get abused too, but women, it's a different way, right? And just the way it exposed just an ugly society, a side of society that I think is doing not just the Black community in, but just America in general. The way people are like, well, they were nice to me. They took me on a yacht. They spent money on me. And all of a sudden they're willing to look the other way. And it just showed a really ugly way of thinking that I think will eventually die because it takes a while for people's ways of thinking. But what did you guys think about the significance on the way people look at women's bodies, domestic violence, you know?
I found this, I mean, the entire trial, this entire story is extremely triggering. If you've ever been in a situation where you have known someone or been close or loved someone who has ended up in an abusive relationship, particularly with a powerful person, the
Yes.
way that people will clout chase, try to benefit from these people, they will silence not only themselves, but they will silence the people around them in order to get something off of this situation, which the abuser is 100% depending on in order for them to continue to exact abuse on this person that you claimed was your friend, your family member, someone that you loved. So I have zero tolerance. I can think of very clearly the people who I want to hear never from again, because I know exactly what you did, especially when it benefited you. When you were getting the free dinners, when you were getting invited on the vacations, when you know good and well you're looking over here at bruises and contusions and all of these things, but things are good for you and you're in proximity to this person. So I find it to be extremely, it's not only disgusting, it is embarrassing and it is exhausting.
Yes.
I've been on the receiving end of being the bad guy because I chose to speak up and continue to speak up and never denied what the truth was. So I'm very clear on this. And anyone who hears this knows exactly what I'm talking about because it was not a secret. It never should have been a secret. And we all should have been in defense. But that's not the way it happens because people want to get something. They want to come up. They want to clout chase. That's just what it is. It's your character.
Well said, Erica. Well said. Well said.
I'll say that between this and the Diddy, like people exposing themselves with the Diddy trial and people exposing themselves with the Trump administration, it's like basically a message that women are second-class citizens in America.
Yes.
And how okay people are with abuse. And if they think you are have benefited in any way by your abuser, it's almost like a trade-off. Like you're even seeing the way that Aisha Curry is being attacked. Aisha Curry cannot say, at 21, I didn't think I'd be a mother and a wife. I thought I'd have a career and I was a career-minded woman. people are like, bitch, shut up. You got a rich husband now. Like that just takes away. That cancels out any career that you may have lost. Like you should have no goals of your own because you've got this rich husband. Just like with Cassie, I seen so many people in comments, black men and some women, saying, well, the bitch got 30 million. What do you want? Well, she was part of it. She liked it. They don't understand how abuse works. I had some broke ass nigga that worked at a bookstore in Cleveland whooping my ass a couple times. And I was scared of his power. And all he had was a car and a very low paying job to come get me. He would show up unannounced, stalk me. He got into my dorm, an all women's dorm. I can't imagine the tentacles that a billionaire would have. And I'm so sick of people like writing it off a woman's pain because, well, she benefited. She was on a yacht. She was this. And it's like, it really shows me that what they think of us. They think that is a prop. They think that's a trade-off. Just like they think if a man spends time and buys you a few drinks, that they deserve your coochie. Like the way they value women, there is no value of women. And as much as this country likes to talk shit and attack and have wars against Muslim countries that are so harmful of women, look in your own goddamn backyard, because the way we're going right now and the mentality of the men here, we're not too far behind. We might even be worse in some regards because they are out of control about how they look at women. And I'm sick of it. It's disgusting. I get mad every day on social media. Every day.
Yeah. Claudia, that is so well said. And you know what? I know we have to end this, but I just want to say this one last point. You guys both bring up a great point. They want for these billionaires, like you said, one, the victim, everybody's feeding off. The abuser is sucking your energy out, and all the people around you that's supposed to be your friends are also feeding off of you. You're a commodity and they really don't care. But you bring up a good point too, right? It's happening on every level. People that look at the bookstores, people that work at Walmart, CVS, no shade of working at Walmart or CVS, all the way up to people that are billionaires. And the fact that they want to, I think men want to up, and some women, weird, but whatever, want to make sure the people at the top aren't held accountable so they can keep doing it on the bottom. It literally made me realize, domestic violence is way more prevalent than anybody is saying. Anybody
and rape and pedophilia. Yes. I didn't know there was so many. Every single day I'm reposting a Republican member of Congress or representative, like so much on the right, the party that claims, not that it is not on the left, but so many people that are so publicly against it are doing the thing. So publicly against the LGBTQ plus community, but doing the thing. So we're for family values, and you find out that they've beaten their women. It's like, it's unbelievable. It's so frustrating. Every day. It's every day.
I just want to remind people that silence is violence. Like you don't get the opportunity, especially if it's someone that you say that you care about or that you love. It's not an option to stay quiet. It isn't. You know, I don't understand like why people feel like, oh, okay, well, it's not my business. Like, let's turn the other way.
It is your business.
What is that about?
It's today her, tomorrow it's you.
Yes. And it's like, to the whole point, like you said, silence is violence. People are like, why are you so involved? Weirdo, why are you not involved, right? Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. And also the Diddy trial taught me, because I really felt like I was in upside down land, where sometimes standing on business means you have to stand alone. Because when I say I was shocked at how much men that never even met me, but I guess I look like the high school girl that wouldn't give them any play, right? How many men that just never met me genuinely wanted to do harm to me, threaten me, how many death threats I got in public, how they try, all to silence me. So to your point, silence is violence, and we have to start speaking up. And the last thing I will say is, if you are listening to this and stop showing these fools mercy. Listen, do something for your future self. Next time they bruise you up, drop the pictures in the family group chat. Let everybody know, even if they delete it, even if they ignore you, go to the hospital, let them take pictures. Even if you don't do anything, your future self will thank you, because at the end of the day, they want to silence you now. And in the future, when you do get the strength to speak, they want to gaslight you that it was never nothing. So build a history, even if you don't do anything but sit on it. Write those notes to yourself. That was used in court. Her, Jane's notes, like literally her notes app that she never showed anyone, but that she wrote, because they were time stamped, that was testimony. So just create a log for yourself and just do something for your future self, because whether you feel like it or not, you are going to find the courage to move forward and get out of this and just give your future self every chance you can. So
ladies, great advice to the ladies out there, and women that are watching this. I'm giving up on the men right now. I mean, if you want to be allies, great, but we are the majority. We're not the minority, women. And they wouldn't get away with it if there weren't so many goddamn pick-me women out here that are going along to get along and allowing it. We have enough women in Congress to make moves. We have enough women in positions to make moves. We have enough women voters to make moves, but you're choosing not to, and you're choosing to back abusers or abusive policies or policies that are bad for your fellow women. Stop being a CUNT and start being a sister to your sisters.
yes.
Seriously, okay. Okay, very good segment, y'all. That was good. Okay, another story in the headlines, Kim K and Ray J. There's been a lot of speculation about whether Kim paid hush money to Ray J. What's the real story?
So my opinion of what the real story is, listen, Ray J claims that Kim paid him $5 million in 2023, and I 100% believe it. Kim, let me just say this, right? Kim, if you guys don't know the story, Kim sued Ray J out the blue for defamation about the stuff she said in 2023 about not only did we plan the tape, but your mama made a part two and all this stuff, and you're in possession of the tape, and basically making it seem like y'all played Kanye and had him fly across on a red eye next to the bathroom, right? To bring this laptop back to save your image and stop the bullying, all the stuff. You're not a victim, you are a partner. Ray J did that. This is in 2023. Kim is now suing him for defamation, saying that she's part of the RICO with the Diddy Act. And here's all I want to say. Let's see if this actually ever gets to court, because hear me out, okay? They're suing. It's for 2023. He's showing a $5 million payment. I 100% believe that Kardashian Hulu's paid Ray J or the Kardashians $5 million to start that hoopla, because those were the highest seasons that the Kardashian Hulu's ever got. Kardashian Hulu, they got this huge deal, but the ratings were garbage. They're going back to the highest season. Now cut to today. They're recycling this storyline. They say they're suing Ray J. And guess what's premiering October 23rd? A new season of the Kardashian Hulu's, when they want Hulu to renew this contract. They know they need to keep it going. I'm not saying I think this is more recycled storyline, but it's giving this is something for TV. I think they are going to show this on the new season of Kardashian's Hulu. And I'm interested to see if this ever makes it to court, because I do believe that Ray J does know way too much about the Kardashians. And again, maybe nothing illegal, but definitely enough to embarrass them. Kim, Courtney, all of them coming up, Southern California, rap date. Like, he knows a lot of their business. So I don't know. What do y'all think?
Well, I do think you're onto something in terms of it not going to court, because what would we get if there was an actual court case? A lot of discovery that neither one of them wants us to know about. So if that were the case, I mean, I can see it teeing up and them both being on both sides, like, well, let's get something out of this. But an actual court date, I don't think either parties want that.
Well, we have a lot more tea that we can talk about. I remember a long time ago, I used to hang out with Kim K back in the day in LA for a little bit. There's pictures.
Really?
Google my 33rd birthday party at the skating rink in LA. She was there. Look it up. You can look it up right now.
I'm looking up right now.
And it was right after the tape dropped. And I was around when she was dating Reggie Bush, and she would like hit me up on Instant Messenger, AOL. We would talk. I only say that to say this. We have a new Patreon, and we're going to keep Tisa around for a couple questions that we're not going to share on this. We're going to do like kind of like a, what is it, Erica? Like a kind of like an after dark?
Yeah, behind the scenes, exclusive content.
So you're going to get the little bit extra. Do you see it?
I said, okay, look.
There she is.
But
Bishop Magic
you
Don
look
Juan.
gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
You look exactly the same, Claudia. Yo.
Yes, you do.
Got vampire blood in your medicine cabinet.
19 years ago. That was, yeah. Something like, I think it was my 33rd. So she was hanging around, and she came and she was skating and all that. And she came to my 35th too. And that was a huge party. A lot of people. I was quite popping back then.
You still are.
And now. Exactly.
So we're gonna have some more tea with Tisa and that. So thank you so much. Tisa, you're always a good time on here. You really are. Like, we love when you come by the show.
Thank you so much. I love seeing you guys. The show, I'm an avid listener, so it's nice to break the fourth wall and actually be here. So thank you so much for having me again.
Love it. Love it. Love to see your
Well,
face. I
if you
just
ever
want to reiterate to our informers that this Patreon is going to be popping. This is where you'll also be able to get our new merch. It's all dropping today. Where's it dropping tomorrow?
It's dropping. Just
Okay.
turn on the notification.
It'll drop. It's dropping this week. So yeah, you'll have an opportunity to purchase our merch. It's really cute, accidentally informed, like sweatshirts and stuff. So make sure you check that out for sure.
Okay, so Tisa, when you finally decide that we've known each other long enough, you can share where the hell in the world you live. You gotta come up with something so we can. I want to meet you. I wish we could have
We're
done New
gonna
York.
meet in real life. I swear it's not a big secret. I'm just all over the place, but we're gonna meet in real life. Okay.
You know what the headline's gonna be, right? Claudia Jordan is begging Tisa Tells to be her friend. I'm like, we've been talking for years.
Got an unofficial fan club. You breathe, and people be like, on March 16th at 2:38 a.m. Like, damn, they be watching. They probably rewinding right now. You have a fan club. They are fans. They are fans.
I will tell you,
mad because every time they turn it around, you always getting something new. So
they mad.
Kudos to you.
Erica knows this, and we talk about this. The things that they put out about me are nothing compared to like real life stuff that if they knew, like it could be so much better, but they are so busy making up stuff, right, Erica?
Yeah,
Exactly.
it could be better, but that we'll just leave it at that.
Like if y'all really want the real tea, so much better than what they be saying. They be giving some bullshit.
Exactly.
All right, Tisa, where can everybody find you? I mean, we know where to find you, but where can the masses that don't know?
YouTube, Tisa Tells, Tisattells. Catch me on YouTube. I hope this year, I know every year I say it, but I hope this year some exciting things happening. And hopefully next time you guys see me, I'll have some exciting things to share. But in the meantime, you guys can catch me on YouTube. I am perfect listening if you want to condition, wash your hair, drown out your boss. Your man's not talking about anything, and the kids can eat Oreos for dinner. So join me on YouTube.
Thank you so much. We will hopefully see you again soon, back here or in person for drinks.
Yes, in person.
Always a pleasure. Informers, thank you so much for listening today. This was a fun show. I like when the girlies get together. Like we always have fun, but it's always fun when like, Tisa joins us. This was a good time.
It was.
And we're going to have an even greater time next week. We'll see you next week at our live show in Denver where Erica lives. As a reminder, we are going live at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's a different time. So set your reminders, 8 p.m. Eastern next Wednesday. Be sure to get your tickets on comebacktv.com. Check out our Patreon. Get your merch. We have super cute sweatshirts that say accidentally informed, and some are off the shoulder. They're really sexy. And some,
yes.
Good job, Erica.
Also, thank you. But also don't forget that Dustin Ross is our guest for next week. So we will all be in Denver. You don't want to miss it. We are simulcasting. So we will be coming to you informers right here on our YouTube page. But we also have a nice, cute little audience in Denver. So there's going to be 2 audiences going at the same time. I'm super excited about it. But if you're in Denver or coming to Denver, come and just hang out with us that night.
This is the first, though. We're going to have other cities. So tell us where you want us to come to next, because that will be on the docket. All right, Erica, thanks for working it out and setting it up and organizing it. Like, I'm really excited to come hang out with you in Denver.
Yes, of course. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. And thank you, informers.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.